Alright, good evening, y'all. So, we are working on the 288. If you followed the last video, we were modifying another carburetor to help with the fuel starvation. From what I've run it, it seems like it's a help and it was a fix. Whether we're going to get up to the RPM that I want, maybe not. But anyhow, so before we get too far going, thanks all my subscribers and everybody who comments and likes, and really appreciate all of it. It's a great thing, y'all. Love it. Anybody has any questions about anything I've done or any of it, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer anything to the best of my ability. All right. So I've gotten it tore down, and I am moving it into its final setup and how I'm going to run this thing. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what I've done thus far. All right. This hose here, it's just a junk piece of hose I stuck on there, but it's just for reference at the moment. Each one of these is the new, well, this is where I was picking up impulse originally. This is going to also be impulse. Let's see here. Show you what I got going on here. Barb fit in there, little barb fit in there, and they use a 5.8, I think, thread, metric thread. And I got a visitor. So, what's going to happen? Little. Uh-huh. Yeah, light. Yeah, there's a light up there. Uh-huh. Monster coming?
Yeah.
You're the only monster.
Turn the ring to find the yellow lion. Flip down 4.
Okay, you gonna beat the monster up?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, I'm recording, okay? You wanna go watch a movie with mommy? Okay. Now, so what the idea is so impulse is going to come in here. Impulse is going to come in here and here. And for now, this is going to be my setup, and I'm going to run the filter spun around backwards. And I have got some foam that I'm going to use. Got some of the stuff here. I use it for air filter on stuff that I can't find one. But anyway, not a rectangle shaped piece, obviously, but piece nonetheless. We're going to sit it there and go there. Hopefully that'll keep any kind of, crazy vibration from happening. I guess I need to move my arm. But there's that. And that is the plan. The cool thing is these little things will move. So the idea is going to be that and I think aesthetically it'll look okay. So you're going to have one line here and one line going into the bottom there. I had hopes of having it mounted just directly on top, but I didn't think far enough ahead when I was doing my machining and cutting to leave it spaced up enough for the, you know, fuel line and barb fitting to fit in there. So we got that for that. But that's what we have thus far. And from there, we've got a fuel here. This fuel line here is going to run into there, like so. Yeah. This little fitting right here goes in there. That one will go in there. So there's the fuel coming in. And we're going to have this barb right here. And then we can clock this fitting here any direction we need to as well. And that's the plan thus far. Beforehand, my original thoughts was to keep it simple as can be. And that fitting was going to be there. But that makes this have to sit so far off to the side, I don't like it. So I'm going to go through the extra work and plug it with said piece and go from there. That's what we have so far. I will stop you guys here and bring you back whenever I got more done. See you shortly. All right, y'all dying on me. All right. And I will probably end up replacing this line too for bigger line. That don't look bad. Not bad. I mean, outside of gluing the cylinder back down, it's for the most part ready. We're going to use this heavier tag on than I have, just because I can and I want to. I think it'd be better, in all seriousness. like to make it look decent. Don't want to look like too much of a jack leg doing this, right? Losing a little bit of alky. Excuse me. I definitely want it more than to just work right. I want it to look like it was deliberate. So let me get y'all out of the mount here and show y'all, cause all right, so this is looking at the back of the saw, that being set there. I think it looks neat with the lines running over there, and it clears the, well, it clears that, and it clears the bolts, the cylinder bolts. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that line too. And that's probably upside down for y'all. So we'll do it again. So that's clearing over there. I think that looks pretty cool, especially from a nice aerial shot or looking back here, like tunnel ram or something, you know. And for lack of a better thing to do, I'm just gonna wrap a zip tie around both carbs with a piece of that foam in between them. But yeah. And then air filter will be on like that, and it'll be a tight squeeze, but it's a bunch of mess. So that's what we're gonna have so far. All right, bring it back. All right, so here's the other fitting. I drilled it out because this one's been drilled out. I'm gonna make a match, flow as much fuel as possible. As you can see, we're getting more fuel with this anyway. So I guess the next question will be is, will I do this one as well on the other carb? But this is what we're gonna do. Rinse it out, brake clean. And to be sure that don't come out, I'm gonna use a little bit of red Loctite. And to hopefully seal the threads as best as possible. And voila. And there's our two fittings. over here a little closer. And the recap of what we got going on here. Let's see here. Fuel's gonna come in here. It's gonna exit here, and it's gonna go in there. So, I like the barb fittings. I think they look nice. Hopefully they work as nice. Need be, I bet we can open up some of these passages. But that's the progress for this moment. I shall do some more and bring you back again, because this is kind of tedious. And yeah, so and I'm trying to make up my mind on what I want to do with that, because it being turned up, I don't think let's just pull it out of the socket. That'll make it easier, right? So that's what we're looking like there. Let me tell you what, these little buggers hold on to that line too. All right, so all right. Fuel's going to need to leave that area. I guess we could do it like that, but I don't like how much of a bend that puts that in. What about that there? Yeah. For now, I don't care if that line gets beat up, chewed up, or anything. I just want it to work out right. All right, let's try to get saw back. Let's see what we got. And y'all are just kind of going along with my thinking process and how I'm working it out. So that'll actually probably work out good because it kind of folds right around the coil nicely. And then that one will go right through there. And that one will flow right through there. Let me get y'all some juice. Alright, so this is our neat little package that we have going on now. Sorry, the zip ties, I think they look janky too, but you know what? They're gonna work. So we've got our second impulse and our first impulse. You see it runs back up underneath there. And our phone to keep the wiggle down. So what I have left to do now is get out my paper towel. I'll put up on there for dirt. And I'm going to rerun the bigger Tygon line that I have through there. I'll probably install one of these. Steel style filters, because I think it's going to flow more fuel. The only reason. And that's the filter I think I'm going to use on it. So I may or may not show that part. So yeah, and what we're also going to do is we're going to make one test cut, or we're going to make a few test cuts anyway, when we put it back together and see if we can tune her out anymore, or yay or nay or anything like that. And then I believe I have a 8-pin on it now. It's either a 7 or 8, I'm not sure. But since this thing's pretty much a cookie cutter, we'll give this bad boy right here a tie. That's a 10-pin. Hopefully we're making enough power now to where we can pull this. Maybe the chain speed will match the noise anyway. You know what I mean? Because she's pretty loud. But there's one more modification I'm going to do too. I'm going to shorten the stinger up to right here. because this really bugs me. So you see that's 6-7 inches anyway. Something like that, I think. There's something to measure with. Yeah, about 6 inches, because that's a 6-inch caliper. So great, right? So that is the current plans. So we're gonna call it quits for tonight, and we'll pick back up tomorrow and finish this bad boy up. Remember, y'all, be good, take care, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Peace.